The time has come. Join us in the Boreth system. We are preparing to make our next move against the forces of the so-called Emperor and his dishonorable lackeys. Soon we will rally those who would end this destructive conflict and restore the Empire. The journey lies ahead. All that remains is to take the first step.
Ah, you have arrived. Good. Perhaps you can succeed where I have not. The problem is that we cannot decide on our next move. Getting a spy, a warrior, a politician, and a general to agree on anything is a difficult challenge. When all those people are Klingons, it becomes a challenge worthy of Kalis himself. Speak with the others, see what they have in mind. Your fresh perspective may find a path forward, if such a thing exists.
I have received word that systems controlled by House Korath are being attacked by forces loyal to Jumpok. They are being punished for their refusal to bend the knee. Our intel suggests that Akar's virus has been used to render their starships defenseless in several battles. I believe we can forge an alliance with them by providing the countermeasures to the virus. This will give their forces a chance to fight as warriors rather than die without honor in the cold darkness of space.
My mind often returns to the disaster at Kuvat. Though it was Akar who gave the order to fire on the planet, it happened on my ship. I want to remove the dishonor of that treacherous attack on the world of my mother's birth. There are reports of new mycelial rifts opening in the Kuvat system. Corrupted Alachi have launched several attacks in retaliation for previous attacks of aggression against them. It seems another one of my sins has returned to haunt me. I would go to Kavat and aid their forces against the Alachi.
The others believe we should curry favor with the strongest houses that stand against Jimpok. It is not a position I agree with. The strong houses will resent any aid from us. They will take it as an offense, a question of their honor and their prowess as warriors. Smaller houses in need will be more pragmatic. They will accept our aid and become loyal allies when called upon. I believe we should prove our strength by helping those who need it most. In doing so, we will earn respect from the stronger houses, rather than resentment.
You see, I think that's why we have yet to agree on a plan. Each of us has a bold, challenging goal in mind. I proposed that we go to Kronos and put a bat'leth into Jimpok's skull. After issuing a formal challenge for the right to lead, of course. As glorious as that would be, it was decided the level of security surrounding the Emperor would be more than even we could handle. That, and the matter of his dishonorable solution to the last fight we had over the Chancellor's seat. Ah!
Indeed. I would hear your reasoning for this decision. That may be true, but what of Kuvat? Do we abandon the people there to the Alachi? Yes. A warrior who enters a battle unprepared is a warrior destined to fail. You are correct. With more forces at our side, we will be able to face the Alachi and aid the people of Kuvat.
I do not disagree. And I believe I know the perfect candidate for this operation. House Kang. After the death of Dahar Master Kang, the house lost a great deal of influence. It has been in a slow but steady state of decline ever since. They have been seeking a way to restore glory to their house for some time now. Their most recent attempt ended poorly. When Jimpok declared himself emperor, House Kang was preparing to stage a coup. Unfortunately, spies discovered their plan and informed Jimpok. Imperial security captured most of the leadership of House Kang, and they are on their way to Rura Pente as we speak.
Jimpok threw me into a prison once. He wanted me to suffer and die without honor. I will not let that happen to the warriors of House Kang. I do. I think we should raid that system and liberate the House Kang warriors being held there. I will lead our ground forces on these raids. I knew Dahar Master Kang, and I know many of the current leaders of his house. They will be quicker to trust a familiar face.
While we conduct the raids, I want the crews of the Core and Rotaran to seek more allies and conduct reconnaissance. We must be prepared for future battles after this one. Now, let us show the Great Houses our strength. Kapla! They're holding General Kanal of House Kang on one of these prison stations, along with many of his loyal warriors. The stations are rigged with sensor jammers, so we'll have to find Kanal and his forces the hard way.
I'll be leading the boarding parties to search for Kanal, starting with Station Alpha. We'll beam over from your ship once you've disabled the station's defenses. And then things will get interesting. I do not expect the prison guards to give up their prize easily. Boarding party transport complete. We are engaging the enemy.
Incoming fleet on centers. Prepare for combat!
This is Martok. We've completed our search of the station, but Kanal was nowhere to be found. We did find some of his troops, though. Several of them told me that Kanal was taken to Station Gamma for interrogation. Indeed. We have some new allies to join in the fight. Kanal's warriors are eager to help us, and I'm inclined to let them. Good. We're ready for the next jailbreak. Come and get us. They'll be waiting for us on Station Gamma. Let's not disappoint them.
A leader who thinks of those who serve, as well as the Empire. Warriors follow them proudly.
This is Martok. Resistance is stronger than anticipated. We need reinforcements immediately.
I'm picking up incoming warp signatures. Enemy forces are inbound to our position. Here they come. Looks like a Nausicaan mercenary fleet.
The station is secure, but Kanal is not here. In fact, no one from House Kang is here. Mostly dregs bound for a dishonorable death on that ice ball down there. Possibly. I found an old friend of ours locked up over here. That annoying Ferengi who sold us out to Jim Puck back on Nimbus 3. He says he has information, but he'll only speak to you about it.
We meet again, Nemesis. After an unfortunate misunderstanding between myself and the Klingons, I find myself bound for the frozen depths of Rura Pente. They didn't even give me a trial. But my fortunes could be about to change. I know where your famous general is. Since we lack the time for a proper series of negotiations, I'll make it simple for you. Get me out of here, alive, and I will tell you where he is. Leave me here to my cruel, frozen fate, and you'll never find him. But you... We have a deal! Even a prison cell on Kronos is better than that frozen nightmare below! I'd be standing before the blessed exchequer within a week! My ledgers are not ready for the final audit! One of the prisoners here put a shiv in his back to score points. He should be dead. But the word is Emperor Jempak made it clear he was not to die a warrior's death. Unfortunately, the surgeon here is an incompetent drunk, so they took Kanal to Beta Station for medical treatment over there. Check the sickbay logs under snacks and libations if you don't believe me.
It appears the little Capect is telling the truth. Pity. I was looking forward to dangling him by his ears from an airlock until he talked. Very well. I'll bring him along and throw him by the ears into your brig. Enough of this! We're ready to beam out when you are.
Quickly! Kanal has survived one attack. He may not survive another.
Station Beta is disabled. Boarding parties, stand by for transfer.
That dreadnought's arrival worked in our favor. The guards were distracted by your glorious battle, and Kanal used the opportunity to stage a riot. By the time we got here, most of the fighting was over. Indeed, Kanal is still in one piece, and we're all ready to leave this place.
Lady Joula and Laurel, you honor us, Mother. House Kang will not forget your actions today. Well said. Jempok sending my troops and I to die in prison is cause enough for us to rally to your banner. But no Klingon would turn their backs on a campaign to save our glorious empire. Give the call to arms, and House Kang will answer.
Come on, General. You will not have to wait long to heed such a call to glory. We are receiving an incoming transmission from a dead Pa.
House Korath is under attack once more. This time in the Forecast system. A number of their ships have been disabled by Akar's virus and left to die in the void. He is sending a message. Stand against the Emperor and face a dishonorable death. Indeed. But this is a game we can win. If we move quickly, we can reach Forecast before those vessels break down and explode. We can give them the countermeasures they need to survive.
I will not stand by and do nothing when we have the means to save those warriors. Adet Pa, we will meet you in the Forecast system. Be prepared to render assistance to the Korath vessels.
From what I can tell, Akar has infected these ships with a virus similar to the one he used to destroy the Lucara. It renders them defenseless and unable to move, while every critical system begins to break down and fail. Eventually, the systems regulating their antimatter containment fields will fail. I think you know what happens after that. Yes, I have started to modify the countermeasures we have used before when dealing with Akar's little tricks. They should be ready by the time we reach those vessels.
Remain vigilant as we approach those vessels. I have studied recent records of battle. Akar has used remotely controlled ships as bombs before.
Enemy ships inbound, on an attack vector. Countermeasures are ready. Use them to restore the Korath vessels.
I do not know how, and I do not care. My ship is ready for battle once more. Yes, and Jempok's loyalists may return as well. Only this time, their cowardly tricks will not work. I thought Admiral DeVer to be an honorable warrior, but he is just as treacherous as his Emperor. Bah! If he shows his face again, I will make it uglier for him! Ha 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 ha! It's him! Admiral Devar! Reading a containment field collapsed on one of the Korat vessels! We were too late for most of them. Some escape pods were able to reach a safe distance before the end. One vessel remains. Do we have enough time to save them?
They're doing what they can against the virus. We have some time before their core systems reach a critical state.
Do not abandon the warriors in escape pods. You have time. Rescue them, so they may fight on as warriors. Right now, you need to save the ones who need your help the most.
Very well. Prepare to conduct rescue operations.
An enemy force just dropped out of war.
That's the last of them. It's time to restore the last Korat vessel.
I am Katrak, son of Gatral. I lead the forces of House Korath in this system. Your assistance is appreciated, but the battle isn't over yet. Admiral Devar will not give up so easily. When he said he would return, he meant it, and he will come with reinforcements. I will not allow him to take this system. Now that you have restored our ships, we will make our stand here.
Captain, while I appreciate your courage, you must realize your forces are in no shape to engage Devar. Such a battle is unwise. You should withdraw.
Devar is powerful, but he is not invincible. My ship may be damaged, but even a dreadnought can't survive the explosion from a warp core breach at point-blank range. I am prepared to deliver that fatal blow.
It is his duty to defend this system by any means necessary. He wishes to lead his forces to victory as a warrior born. You could leave him to his fate. Without our ships, his fleet will probably lose the battle. With our aid, however, victory could be found, along with a new ally.
I understand. Your counsel is appreciated, Laurel, even if the lesson you teach is a bitter one. Captain Gatrak, we will remain in the system and fight by your side, to the end.
Very well. Honor to you and your house, matriarch. Today we will rid the stars of Dever and his lackeys. Comply!
Attention, enemy forces! Out of respect for your courage, I offer you the chance to quit this system and surrender it to the authority of Emperor Jempok. Remain, and I shall give you the honor of a warrior's death.
Four shields failing.
And they're on a collision course!
Evasive action!
There's no time!
Rise for him!
Gatrak and his crew died with honor. Soon they will be with Talis and Stovacor, singing songs of glory and victory. You have our thanks. Without your strength, we would have been defeated. Indeed. But now, Dever and his fleet were critical to Jempok's plan for this sector. Without them, House Korath will be able to maintain control here. Agreed. With the loss of Gatrak, I am now in command of our forces here. Know that you can rely on us when the time comes. Until then, we will await your call to glorious battle. Kapla!
Martok sends word from the Kuvat system. It is not good news. New rifts are opening, and the Alachi are sending fleets to attack from them. I failed the people of Kuvat once. I will not fail them again. Inform our allies and ask them to assemble at Kuvat. We will meet at Martok's coordinates. Together, we can defeat the Alachi and save the people of Kuvat. There are still a few ships defending the system, but they are outnumbered by the enemy. Martok is here, but where are our allies? Why did they not answer the call to arms?
Have patience! The warriors of House Kang had to return to their vessels. House Koreth's fleet was decimated by Akar's virus. Yes, but they will respond, for they are Klingon. They gave their word, and they will honor it. It falls to us to hold the line and keep the Alache at bay until they arrive. Kapla!
Cha'ula of House Mokai. Your craven weapon scarred Kuvat and killed many Klingons. Why are you here? Do you come to atone for your crimes?
In a way, yes. I have come to defend the birth world of my mother from these attacks. My allies and I pledge to stop the Alachi and seal these rifts forever.
And how am I to know that this is not more of your Mokai treachery? Honeyed words meant to deceive and ensnare before the killing blow?
You have my word of honor, warrior. Mine and the word of General Martok. I trust that will be sufficient.
I have heard that you walked among us once again, Laurel. It pleases me to see the rumors are true. If you and Martok are willing to fight at Cha'ula's side, I will do so as well. Now, you say you come to help with these rifts. There is one nearby. Show us that your word has value here, Cha'ula. Close the rift now.
Two more rifts have opened nearby! reading a new rift opening, much larger than before.
We must investigate it at once!
This new rift is a lot larger and more powerful than any we have seen so far. Are we going to be able to close it? Well, out with it! Can we close it or not?
They do. I am reading 2 signals from the other side of the rift. One is using a heavily encrypted Alachi code. The other is using code unique to House Mokai. I believe someone has acquired some of the Mokai tech from our earlier incursions into the mycelial realm and modified it. They are using it to create these rifts. I have tried several times. The command systems are not recognizing the orders.
We will not be able to do much more from here. The solution to this problem lies within the mycelial network. You and I will lead a team into the mycelial network and attempt to contact our allies there. Perhaps the Jasep or the liberated Alachi can assist us. Failing that, we will need to find a solution to the problem ourselves within the network.
Bringing a resolution to this conflict with the Alachi will be difficult, Jagula. But I believe you will find a way to do so. Go now. We will wait for you here and defend Kovat from any further attacks. Katla!
This is what it was like before, when my forces attacked. I was a fool, blind with rage. I am not proud of this. Then, the task to restore order fell upon your shoulders. Now, that responsibility belongs to me. I am reading several Alachi life signs nearby. They appear to be in an agitated state. I doubt they will be willing or able to help us. Get ready to fight! I am also picking up an Alachi communication relay on the tricorder. Perhaps we can use it to send a message to our allies within the mycelial realm. Alachi! They were waiting to attack!
Enemy target.
Alachi life signs in the area. Look there. Those lights. Those are the filaments used for transport here, yes? They connect different parts of the mycelial realm. We should be able to use this to reach the next island and continue our search for the comms relay. The communication relay lies ahead. If my readings are accurate, we can use it to trigger a signal. Something that our allies among the liberated Alachi will notice. Our signal was received, but not by our allies.
Enemy targets entered. Shield losing power.
No response. We need to boost the signal. Let us continue onward. We may find a stronger relay station deeper within the realm. Do you see it? Another Ilachi comms relay just ahead. Perhaps we can use it to boost our signal and make contact with the liberated Ilachi. Look out! More Ilachi are attacking! That Ilachi doesn't seem corrupted like the others.
Still untrue, my friend. You are fortunate I received your last transmission. I see that you travel with the criminal, Ja'ula. This is most unusual. Please, explain yourself.
If you do not trust me, Ilachi, trust in your friend's judgment. I am here to help. We believe there are others using modified versions of my tech to create a massive rift. Our attempts to shut it down have not been successful. Perhaps, by working together, we can close the rift and put an end to the spread of corruption here.
This would explain why our efforts to neutralize the corruption have failed. We did not have the information on your tech we needed. Ja'ula, if you give me your word of honor, I will assist your realm once more.
I give you my word of honor. As a Klingon warrior and the leader of my house, we will fight at your side and work together to make things right in this place.
Very well. We must move quickly. The corrupted ones have sent a fleet of considerable strength through it to attack your realm, and are preparing more vessels to strike. There is a device nearby that we can use to destabilize the rift. Come, I will show you the way. A shaper lies ahead. It is a device that uses spore mist to alter the terrain and the environment. We can reconfigure this device to release a wave of energized spore mist. The wave will cleanse the corruption from the mycelium as it flows throughout the realm. It will begin to destabilize, eventually reaching a point where it can be closed. Be advised, the corrupted ones are using the Shaper to maintain the rift. They will defend it to the death. Good. We can now use the Shaper to undo the madness of the corrupted ones. Yes, myself and Ja'ula. She will deal with her tech, while I deal with that of the corrupted ones. Working together, we can enable the reconfiguration process and destabilize the rift. Remain vigilant, for the corrupted ones will return. And in force. You must defend us while we reconfigure the Shaper.
Quickly, use the other console to unlock the next set of modifications. to the next console and unlock it! Activate the final sequence at the console on the far side of the machine.
It worked. The wave is cleansing the realm of corruption, and the rift is beginning to destabilize. I will return with you to your realm. The liberated Alachi wish to bring an end to such incursions to our realm, and I believe I can help you with that task. Very well. Let us return to your ship now. The window for safe transport back to your realm is closing soon.
Kavan, I see your efforts were successful. Adetpa tells me we will be able to close the rift soon. Very well. Until that time comes, we must defend Kuvat and face the Alachi in battle. We have detected several Klingon vessels on long-range sensors. They are approaching at high warp, but we do not know if they are friends or foes.
stabilized to a point where it can be closed from this side. I recommend haste. The corrupted ones have a large fleet moving to exit the rift as we speak.
Watch out! An Atlantic fleet made it out before the rift closed!
Target's shields have failed.
Victory is ours! The Alachi have been driven from the system, and Kuvat is secure once more.
Yes, to friends and foes alike. After today, more allies will join forces with us, along with House Kang and House Korath.
I have received word from my contacts among the Orions and the Gorn. They stand ready to join us when the time comes.
The Free Alachi will join the fight as well. We desire an end to this conflict, and to the usage of the mycelial weapon.
Tarsev, I would speak with you later about a mycelial matter. For now, however, I believe we all have to prepare for the last campaign. Soon, the time will come to face Jempak and his forces in battle.
Word of our deeds is spreading throughout the Empire. More allies stand ready to fight at our side, but we cannot rest easy. The mad Emperor will retaliate with all the forces he can muster. While it is said that revenge is a dish that is best served cold, we should expect the unexpected from Jimpok. In his madness, he will be unpredictable. In his desperation, he may commit unthinkable acts to avenge his losses. I feel the final days of this war are upon us, but I know from experience that those days can be terrible to face. We can only follow the example of Kalish and fight with honor. Jimpok is trapped on Kronos, guarded by the few warriors loyal to his cause. Our recent victories have weakened his position and brought many allies to our banner. There will not be a better time to strike. As Kalish once defeated the forces of the tyrant Molor, so shall we put an end to the reign of Jimpok. Join us in the Boreth system as we prepare for glorious and honorable battle. As we stand ready to attack Jimpok, I am reminded of another adversary, Cole of House Kor. Like Jimpok, he craved personal power, to be the single ruler of the Empire. For a time, it seemed that he would succeed, but in the end, his arrogance led to his undoing. Such will be the fate of Jimpok today.
I regret following the orders of such a dishonorable leader. Fortunately, there are others who stand ready to take his place and serve the Empire well. The future holds no place for Jimpok and those like him. The only place for them is Grethor.
Jimpok ordered the invasion of Gorn space and forced our king to bend the knee. Since then, we have been little more than puppets of the Empire and of Jimpok. Today, we will fight for the Empire, not as pawns, but as equals. Today, the puppets will cut the strings!
There is a human saying, necessity is the mother of invention. After all I have experienced in this war, I have come to realize the profound wisdom in those words. Necessity drove me to create defenses against the tricks of Akar. It has driven us to work with the Alachi on defenses against a weapon that once belonged to us.
It also led to the means to close mycelial rifts and restore the sanity of corrupted Elachi, to turn foes into friends.
I suppose necessity drove us to join the fight against Jimpok, although the chance to make a tidy profit was also a motivating factor. I suspect the Nausicaans, Lethians, and Ferasans felt the necessity of staying loyal to Jimpok. Too bad They're about to learn they're backing the wrong side.
And then he said, either move, or I'm going to have to place you under arrest. Ah! A Ferengi Starfleet cadet telling 3 Klingon warriors to move. That boy had more courage than 10 of these Nokpu surrounding Jimpak. Remember this. Courage comes in all sizes and shapes.
Dahar Master Kang knew this as well. When I was a child, he told me of his glorious adventures. He went into battle with brave and honorable warriors from many worlds. Humans, Trill, even Vulcans.
I do not care what planets they come from. If they are here to knock Jempak from his throne, they are friends of mine. If we are victorious, I will drink with them and sing great songs of glory. And should we die, I will see them in Stovacor, and we will take our place among the honored dead.
Warriors from many worlds, you stand ready to fight and restore the Empire. It is my honor to go into battle with you. Know this. Today, the forces of Jimpak will know defeat!
You know what you must do. Face your enemy, show them your blade, fight well, in the name of Kahless, and for the glory of the Empire!
Remember what you fight for today. All of you, no matter what world you call home, know what it means to be Klingon. If that is in your heart, and the enemy takes your life, today will be a good day to die.
Well said. All hands, report to your stations. We depart for Kronos soon. Dismissed! Before you return to your ship, I would speak to you. A lot is riding on the Alachi, and their modifications to this vessel. Do they have your confidence, your trust? Let us hope so. There is one other matter, a personal request. You were at my side in Grethor. You know of the deal I made to secure L'Rell's freedom. I have asked those I trust to fulfill my oath should I fall in battle. I count you among their number. If I die before ending Akar and Jempak, will you do what must be done to send them both to Grethor? Very well. By your hand or mine, may Akar and Jempak stand before Feklar on this day. The fleet is in position. Beam back to your ship when you are ready to proceed.
The fleet is in position, just outside the range of enemy sensors. When the word is given, we'll go to maximum warp and travel to the assigned coordinates. Move your vessel into position when you are ready.
The time draws near. If you are prepared for battle, I will give the order to begin the invasion of Kronos. For honor, for glory, for the Empire! All ships have reported in. We are holding position outside the Praxis debris field. Loyalist forces are moving into defensive positions, as expected.
The last time I saw Praxis, it was the first night of a full moon. Like the Empire, I thought it would last forever. And yet now, the Empire is shattered, like the moon above our homeworld. Indeed, it is our duty, and we will not fail. Attention all hands! The time has come. Begin the assault. For the Empire!
Yes, this is more like it. Helm, get us into knife fighting range. Tactical, full power to disruptors.
The incoming hostiles are Lethians, Nausicaans, and Veracels.
Of course! The coward sent his pawns into battle while he cowers under
Going to chew ligament all day? Shut up and fight!
Wait your turn, woman. Gunner, you may fire the weapon at will.
The Kristalk is ready to fire, but it isn't targeting the Klingon.
What? All ships, take evasive action! To be Klingon!
We need to adjust our tactics, so that weapon will be the death of us all.
All ships, maintain evasive maneuvers. Pattern Lucara Poke 9! Targeted by the Crystal. Rendezvous with the Katina and draw Jempok's fire to me! All hands, prepare to be targeted by the mycelial weapon. Brace for impact!
I told you not to fire at Jaula. Was she destroyed?
I cannot tell. Too much interference on sensors.
It worked. Tarsev's device worked.
Once more onto the bridge. Dear friend.
The liberated Alachi are here to fight at your side, as we promised.
Glory to you, Tarsev, and to your people. Kapla!
Fighting alongside Alachi. Your dishonor knows no bounds, traitor.
I believe you touched the nerve, my lady. The Kristak is decloaking for battle.
Destroy every vessel between us and the Katinga, but leave her intact.
All vessels, fire to disable the Kristak. They will not have a warrior's day. Warriors aboard the Kristak. This is Matriarch Jaula. You are beaten. Stand down and prepare to be boarded. Surrender the tyrant Jimpak to me, and you will be shown leniency. Defend him, and you will know death.
There will be no victory for you today, traitors. If I cannot have Kronos, no one will. I will detonate the very weapon that the Rel used to become Chancellor. The homeworld will become the grave of the Klingon Empire. Test me at your peril.
It is called a hydrobomb. A terrorist placed it in the planet's core during the war with the Federation. Some allies acquired the detonator and gave it to me. It allowed me to give the High Council a choice. Accept my leadership, end the war, or face the destruction of Kronos.
He has beamed to the Great Hall and raised defensive shields. He means to dig in, wait for reinforcements, and force us to quit the field. If we push too hard, call his bluff.
I have known Jimpak longer than any of you. I have faced him in battle. I know his heart. Go to him and issue a formal challenge. His pride, his arrogance will not allow him to refuse you. Sometimes the old ways are best. Face the filthy Patak, Jaula, and bury your blade in his heart.
Whatever you plan to do, I recommend haste. The IKS Targ is approaching with a fleet at high warp.
Very well. Adetpa, I want you and Cochrane to lead our forces here against Akar and his fleet. I will lead a team to First City and seek to challenge Jempok there. As former chancellors, I would like Laurel and Martok at my side to bear witness to our honorable victory. If that is your wish, I will not deny you. We will transport as close as we can to the Great Hall and begin the final assault from there. Kapla!
Remind me to have a word with Adetpa, if we survive. This is not an ideal place to begin our attack. That smell. Worse than Feklaw's backside.
Under the circumstances, this was the closest she could get us to the Great Hall. Plug your nose and forge on!
I know a path that leads to the Proving Grounds. From there, we should be able to fight our way to the Great Hall.
Listen, do you hear? The sounds of battle and bloodthirsty targs. Keep your weapons handy. The enemy is nearby.
Be wary. Around here, we have more than Jimpok's troops to worry about.
They stand to suffer under Jimpok's rule. We may have more allies here than you think, General.
Look! Dissension in the ranks! Now is the time to strike!
Take the Loyalists down while they are distracted!
Hold your fire! I am General Martok. Who do you fight for?
We are warriors of House Kang, General. We fight to restore the Empire.
Kapla! Well fought, Orion! That Orion was leading the defense here. Let us see what he knows about enemy defenses.
The Lady Ja'ula of House Mokai. Truly, it is an honor to meet you. Please, allow me to offer you my personal gratitude.
Gratitude? For what? I do not know you, Orion. What are you talking about?
His name is Usan Vek, and he is a notorious pirate. I suspect he's thanking you for all the good business this war has provided him. He made the mistake of attacking some freighters carrying goods from my house. A mistake he will never make again, if he is wise.
Consider that lesson well learned, General. I have far better uses for my ships than to serve as target practice for the warriors of House Martok. That's a tall order, friend. There isn't much around here that can get past those shields. Fortunately for you, I happen to have something that will. For the right price, of course.
Earlier, you mentioned your gratitude. Provide us with the means to bypass the shielding, and we shall express our gratitude to you in return. Unless you prefer to deal with the Emperor.
I've seen what the Emperor does to Orions, my lady. We have a deal. Not far from here, some associates of mine are guarding a shipment of Tetrion explosives. They will knock that shielding down quite nicely. Though there is a small issue to be dealt with, I'm afraid. My associates recently informed me that their position was in danger of being compromised by Imperial security. Unless you want those Tetrion lovelies in the hands of the Emperor, I'd suggest lending my people a hand. You'll find them at the following coordinates.
I knew Usan Vek to be bold, but running a smuggling operation in the first city? I am not sure if he is bold or insane.
I suspect a pirate operating in the Empire would need to be both, General.
Lower your weapons! Usan Vek sent us.
That Gorn is Usan Vek's enforcer. Talk to him about the explosives.
The Dross told us help was on the way. Nice to see he wasn't lying. Imperial security has arrested my crew pinned down inside. If you're here to help, you need to get in there. We can talk about such things after we save my crew. Agreed? What's your aim? Wouldn't want to blow up your prize, would you?
Good advice. Shoot at Imperial security forces only.
Ask the Gorn to check the cargo manifest. There may not be enough here to get the job done.
According to the cargo manifest, all of the Tetrion charges are in here. Is it a problem? What are you trying to do? There's enough Tetrion in here to blow up a dreadnought! I see. You'll need to hit it at a weak point. Cause enough of a surge to overload the primary emitters and the backup grid. Scanning. Found one. Courtyard side entrance, not far from here. It's a narrower approach. Less need to repel firepower of the same magnitude as the front gates.
Very well. Secure the charges and prepare for battle. We must not fail now. The battle is won. Gather the Tetrion charges while you can. We've got what we came for. Let's go.
Over there, by that field. Place the charges there. Quickly, set the Tetrion charges. Charges in place. Now, get to a safe distance and detonate them.
Reinforcements are beaming in. Prepare for battle!
The disciples of none. Watch out for their nanopulse weapons.
Like the wind, I do not respect a fool. And there are many of them asking to dance on my blade. Good. Lady Jahula, the Emperor awaits you in the Great Hall! Face him, if you have the spine for it.
Go. Do what must be done.
Need to return to the Rotaran. Join the fight there. From one ex-chancellor to another. Use it well.
Come! We have business within the Great Hall.
Do you miss this place, Mother? This is as close as you'll get to being Chancellor again, I'm afraid.
You are blocking my path, lackey! Make way!
Arrogant, misbegotten clone! Janchu! Your path ends here. You will not save her. Jo'ula will die on the Emperor's blade!
Those force fields are blocking our way. Destroy the emitters in the walls to bring them down.
So many fools, all eager to fight in a burning house. Whoever you are, but you will go no further.
These emitters have shields. Disable them with your tripod, then destroy the emitters.
Time is your true enemy. I have plenty of it, but Jo'ula has but a few dregs remaining. This is where you fail. You will never get past me.
You should have stayed in your own time, barbarian. There is no place for you in my empire.
Delusional old fool! The only place for you is Gretel! You will be there soon enough!
Initiate transport, immediately!
Adet Pa, we need to block Akar's personal transporter.
Have you tried shooting him before he can use it?
You know he runs at the first sign of terror attack. We need to prevent that.
Understood. I need his transporter first. With that, I can block him. When he transports, scan the area he left. A few scans should provide his complete frequency.
You are brave, and it is the brave ones who die. Always. Tom! Jolly Chu!
Quick! Scan his transporter signature.
Well done. Give me 2 more and I will shut that look down.
Admire you. Though, is becoming an Akar to Tom! Emergency transport!
Quick! Scan his transporter signature.
Two scans down. 1 more, and his running days are over.
You still live? Trying to do something about that. No. Not this time. Energize!
Quick! Scan his transporter signature.
Got it! I have blocked him out of his own transporter. Send him screaming to Gretel!
I see fools remain while the house burns to ashes. Pathetic! not have your gun!
Oh, there is no escape for you this time, my worm. Give my regards to Fekla!
You cannot win. I will not allow it. You shall never rule. Takpa! Takbe!
Not to be.
They will never follow you. Never.
I believe this belongs to you now.
No. It is not my destiny. It belongs in your hand, as Chancellor.
Rech Klingon Wuchtach Judge! The sword of Kalish. In my time, most believe it was a thing of legend, of myth. I will not dishonor this sacred weapon. Its legacy will not be tarnished by my hand. I swear it.
May it be a reminder in the days to come, as we rebuild what was broken and replace what was lost. A reminder of all that is great within the Empire!
Reforging the Empire will be a challenge, but one worthy of Kalish and all who dwell with him in Stovokor. Fortunately, we are Klingon. We live for such a challenge. Two weeks have passed since the fall of Jimpok. Our wounds heal. The honored dead have joined their ancestors in Stovokor. Order has returned to the Empire. Rebuilding what was broken or lost has begun. There is more to be done. But first, we will celebrate our hard-fought victory.
Despite a return to stability within the Empire, the Alliance must stand ready to provide assistance in the rebuilding effort here. We cannot afford another Jimpok. The tragedy of Kithamer or worse could happen again. especially if such a tyrant turned their eyes on the Federation or the Republic. Even the Dominion could be threatened by such a ruler.
There are more like me among the liberated Alachi. Some prefer life within the mycelial network, but others would like to return to their former lives when the time is right. Not at this time. The Alliance has asked me to represent the liberated Alachi. As an ambassador, I will be able to forge a new future for my people, and to protect the sanctity of the mycelial network. Perhaps in the future, I will return to a life among the Romulan people. But for now, my place is with the Alachi.
When I was living a hermit's life on Nimbus 3, I thought I had seen it all. On that, I was greatly mistaken. Civil war within the Empire, the return of Lorel, even a battle with giant cybernetic reptile. Yes, but in the end, he was too clever for his own good. Dealing with his tricks gave me insight on his computer security. With that knowledge, I was able to trap him on Kronos, where he was dealt with once and for all. Well done, by the way.
I, for one, do not recommend running from a wave of mycelial destruction, no matter what age you are. It is not a pleasant experience, I can assure you. Indeed, Grethar holds a number of fools who thought they would be the end of me. There are two, in particular, I'm glad to be rid of on this day. Yes, though I am pleased that their deaths led to Gowron's release from Grethor. Now he resides with Kalis in Stovakor, and I have no doubt Feklar is glad to be rid of him. That wild-eyed schemer was probably well on his way to taking charge of the place when he was released.
Much has changed since my first time as Chancellor, and much has remained the same. I am already besieged with requests and calls for favor from many houses, great and small. Fortunately, I shall have the assistance of the latest torchbearer as we move forward and restore the Empire.
Indeed. As other torchbearers before me, it will be my role to act as an advisor to the Chancellor, and, if necessary, to get my hands dirty where she cannot. It is my intention to serve her and the Empire to the best of my ability. In my time here, we have been adversaries and allies. It has been a strange journey for us both. Without you, the Empire would have been lost. For your role in the conflict, you have my respect and my thanks.
The event has concluded. You may beam back to your ship at your leisure. Once more, I stand for the Empire as its Chancellor. It is a singular honor, and I will lead by example in the days to come. There is much to be done, but we will meet every challenge and emerge victorious, for we are Klingon! Klingon Mach Tach Judge! You have been an honorable ally, and your name will be remembered in songs and tales forevermore. Glory to you and your house. Kapla!